It is Saturday, September 8th, a little after 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm here in the parking area behind Metropolis. I'm looking right now at the spot where Richard Henry Bain parked his vehicle. It seems to me from the photos that I've seen on the internet that it was actually parked right here, apparently in this no parking zone. The photos show a path leading up to the van directly behind it, and I can't find another one similar, so I have reasonable grounds to believe that this is the exact spot where Richard Bain's vehicle was parked. And as we can see by looking over this way, it's not that far from the artist entrance over there, where somebody is currently looking at the memorial to Denis Blanchette, who was killed by Henry Richard Bain outside the entrance of Metropolis. So coming back here, this is the spot where the van was. So it's a somewhat shorter distance for him to walk towards there than I had initially thought, because I'd initially been told yesterday that he had parked close to that container there, which is somewhat further away. I'm just going to take another look in case there's a path there, but I'm quite sure there isn't. No, there's no path. So I'm quite sure that I'm in the right spot for where he was parked. So he's parked 25, 30, even 40, 50 feet closer to the artist entrance than I thought. And he could have walked through this, in fact almost certainly did. He probably walked through here towards the artist entrance over there, or he could have cut through here or something like that, but most likely came through here. So let's get a bit closer to the place where the shooting took place, because ultimately we're going to wind this video up more or less back where we started. Over here on the left is the entrance from the Bouillon, from the east towards the entrance of the parking lot here. So it's probable that he came through that way. However, he may have also come through there where that car just passed, that other car. He could have come in this way from Saint Dominic Street. But either way, he got into the parking lot here and parked where the further of those two parking zones, no parking zones, are right there. So coming back a bit, we're just going to have a look over here, very close to where his van was parked. We're going to come back here because this is an interesting little detail. So coming back over here, this is the artist entrance. So we're going to walk towards the artist entrance where the shooting and fire took place. And so there is the little memorial for Denis Blanchette. Still got some candles burning there. 1, 2, 3 are still lit. People are regularly coming by and lighting new candles. Let's take a look here, see if anything's changed since yesterday. Well, that's interesting. There was a variety of tools yesterday. There was some wrenches, and it seems that somebody has decided that the wrenches are better off in their hands than in the memorial here. So the wrenches have disappeared. There was yesterday a pill box, a medication box, that's disappeared, but I mean it was empty, but it's kind of funny it disappeared. So these flowers were here yesterday but seem to have fallen down. Anyway, we're going to go up the stairs here to the artist entrance. As you can see, there's fire extinguisher residue on the railing, and here we have a yellow orange circle painted on the surface of the platform just behind the artist door here. And I think this circle almost certainly indicates where the fire was lit. Now the question is whether it was here on this surface or if it was lit on the ground level below. I suspect it was most likely started here, but that judging from the photographs there was fire at the lower level, so probably flammable material fell through. But he either lit the fire here at this spot and flammable material fell through, or he lit it directly below this spot. In any case, here we see fire damage on the blue painted metal, corrugated metal wall to the east of the entrance. Here we can see the door is quite fire damaged. You can see the staining on the door, and if we get closer we'll see that the glass is cracked, I would presume from heat causing the glass to expand and crack. So we're going to come back down. So this is where the shooting took place. Well, notice like right here there's two stairways going up to doors, you know, at a higher level. And to be honest, I'm surprised that a couple of police officers weren't posted there for security purposes, but it seems that they were not. So we come back down here and around, and there's still a fence here that was obviously, I would presume, put up after the fact. I suppose it might have been here that night, but I'm figuring it was probably not here before. I really don't know. It could have been here at the time of the attack. In any case, if we look under here, we see a lot of fire extinguisher residue, possibly mixed with some ashes. We see blue flakes of paint from where the paint peeled off from the heat. And we see also scraping in the surface here, which looks very much like 4 fingers of a human hand sort of scraping through the ash and fire extinguisher residue, searching for evidence. I would presume that these are marks that police officers made, searching for things like shell casings and bullet fragments and so on. Here we have a little okay, it's a little orange, looks like a cap for juice or something. Sometimes the police use similar orange colored small cones for marking evidence, but I think they would have taken them with them. So it looks like I'm presuming that these marks here, such as these ones and these ones over here directly under stairs, are from police scraping through the ash, attempting to find evidence, and most likely I would think in terms of shell casings and possibly bullet fragments. But we're going to come back here because you see where Henry, or I should say Richard Henry Bain, was actually finally stopped is way back here. From the photos that I've seen on the internet, when they finally caught him, he was back over here, almost, just steps away from his van. So it seems that he was probably heading back to his van, attempting to not necessarily flee the scene as being reported, but to get some more weapons. He had 2 guns with him. He had an AK-47 copy, and he had a 9mm handgun. And from the photos that are available on the internet, he was basically down on the ground in this no parking area with 2 police officers. And the gun, there's a photo of a plainclothes police officer examining the AK-47. It was right about there on the ground between the flower pot and the curb in the photo. So it seems that Richard Henry Bain was finally stopped here, which, as we can see, is not very far from where his van was parked. So he might have been trying to escape, as they're saying, trying to flee the scene, but it's entirely possible that he was coming back to his van to get some additional weaponry. So this whole business, though, about him being under control very quickly is open to some question, because it takes some time to park your van here, get out of the van, And let's say he immediately started walking towards the, okay, we're at 10-minute mark now, so we're going to see how long it takes just to walk over here to the entrance. And I'm walking at a reasonable pace. You know, I'm not running, I'm just sort of walking at a standard walking pace. I'm not walking all that quickly. I'm not walking slowly either. So we're getting over here. We're at 25 seconds. So here we are at the entrance, and this is where shooting took place and where he lit a fire. Now it seems to me it takes a bit of time to light a fire, and then the question I guess arises, did he have his gas can with him? Because I believe he lit the fire with a gas can and a flare. Did he have it with him initially, or did he go back to the van and get it and come back here again? So it's a question of how many times he actually made this trip. But here we are, and you know, let's say by now the fire is being lit, you know, the shooting's taken care of. We're gonna walk back towards, you know, well, let's you know, more or less walk quickly now, or say he was walking quickly, running back to his van. So we're gonna walk quite fast. So when they finally got him down on the ground, he was over here. So we're looking at a minute and a half. Now the reports are that we're talking about events that took a minute and a half, and we're actually right at the minute and a half mark, assuming things went as quickly as you know, all in one shot. You know, if he brought the gas can with him. But what if he didn't? If he didn't bring the gas can, he would have had to come back here, would have had to make 2 trips. So there is a question there. You know, what's the story with the you know, the fire being lit? You know, did he have the flammable material with him when he first arrived? It seems unlikely, although not impossible. You know, what was he, you know, carrying it in? You know, he's was he shooting his AK-47 with just one hand? So I think there's some questions to be asked and answered about, you know, what the time period was where this took place. But nonetheless, the fact remains that this is where he was finally intercepted and arrested, and it's very, very close to where his vehicle was parked. So it seems to me that you know, he might just as well have been heading back to try and get some more weapons as much as trying to escape. I mean, obviously once the cops were on him, he was trying to get away from the cops, but it does seem that he was heading back towards his van, quite possibly to get, you know, the other guns and weaponry, whatever that was in the van. So that's it. We're going to end this now. 13 minutes.